No, I need your listeners to vote on whether George and I should be a power couple in the comedy industry.
I heard that you were married.
Well, I am, sort of.
Hello, everyone. Hola, mis amigos. You're listening to Oh My God, Hi, Hijo de Dios. Hola. With me, George Lopez. Porque, ¿sabes qué? Let's do the show. Porque I got a lot of things to do. I gotta go to that dry cleaner ahí. My kid fell. Se pegó la cabeza. I gotta go get some Neosporin Paul.
You know what George is?
Oh, I'm sure he's around here somewhere.
What's his name? George?
Lopez.
George Lopez.
Oh my God!
OMG.
OMG! Hi!
Oh my God, hi.
Smoking, the green doesn't have to be mean. For the smoothest and coldest cannabis smoking experience, you gotta check out FreezePipe. FreezePipe makes a unique line of freezable pipes, bubblers, bongs, and more. For a chilly smoking experience, you gotta feel the believe.
You know, a lot of podcasts have these things and they take ads, but I'm going to tell you something right now. If you're serious or just starting, or this is your thing and it's always been your thing, then please get a FreezePipe. Do yourself a favor. Shop their entire collection at thefreezepipe.com and use the code OMG High for 10% off. Find everything from freezable pipes to bubblers and bongs at thefreezepipe.com. Make sure you use the code OMG High for 10% off of your entire order. But I'm going to tell you, I'll look in the camera and I'm going to tell you, this makes that experience even greater. And it's already great without FreezePipe, but with FreezePipe, you'd be like, yay!
Splash, splash, I was taking a bath and noticed I have beautiful balls. Our friends at Manscaped, the global leaders in below-the-waist hygiene, are turning men's shower dreams into their favorite routine with all-new ultra-premium collection. This all-in-one hygiene skin and hair bundle is designed to upgrade everyday man shower routine from head to toe. Your skin, hair, and balls deserve this.
Save big by going to manscaped.com for 20% off, free shipping with the code OMG High. You know, Manscaped has taken away one of the few joys I have in my life is the smell of my own huevos when I'm watching TV. But with all of their products, there's less huelo, so there's less smell. And since I'm not in a relationship, I'm going to say I enjoy it.
Hey everybody, this is producer Grant here. Just a reminder, if you like the show, if you're enjoying the show, please like, comment, subscribe on any platform you're checking it out on, whether that's on YouTube, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anything. Any engagement that we have really, really helps. We all serve the almighty algorithm these days, and any amount that you sort of interact with the show in any way just really helps us out, helps us get cooler guests for the show, helps raise the profile for the show, helps give us more content for you guys to enjoy. So thanks again for checking it out, and please enjoy the episode.
I started watching her last night, George, and
That's
then
most of the men watch
at 5 o'clock this morning, I got up to watch her some more. She's funny, she's good.
Motherfucker, don't
she's
tell me.
great. God damn, I was excited. I was looking forward.
You know, when motherfuckers get into the rarefied air, yeah. Well, you know, two questions. Can a young guy be an old motherfucker too, or can just an old motherfucker be an old motherfucker?
No, a young guy can be an old motherfucker and can be boring.
Yes.
Okay? There's some young guys like that too. And then there's old guys who are eternally young, you know?
You know, Gil loves comedy, has a great laugh. He's always loved comedy. He's gone to see shows. He loves comedians.
Yeah, I do.
He loves to be at... You know how much he loves comedy? He goes and sees Momo. You got to be a fan of some...
He's a friend.
God bless
I'm there to support
you are
Momo.
a great supportive friend, honey.
That's right.
That's the kind of friend you want.
But he is... he's a great person, a lot of heart. And
This is the first
before we
time
start, this is a gift for you, from me.
I got a gift? And
Now,
a Gucci eyeglasses case?
when you grow up poor, I'm gonna tell you this. Mm-hmm. This case, if I was 8 years old and I found this case in the street,
that's a car, that's a bathtub, that's a plane.
I'd put my marbles in there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then as I got older, a condom, some of my grandmother's pills, all in here. This would be like, you know, those dudes carry those straps like a man bag. When you're poor, this is a motherfucking.
Fucking is.
You're like, hey, where's your birth certificate? Take it easy. Fucking hang on, I'm getting it.
Yep.
You know, you put it in there. Anything that's
Like
this
velvety,
smooth.
yeah.
Velvety is it. Yeah. So thank you for being on the show. And thank you for being
Crack me one of them beers. Oh, this is so perfect. Oh, my hands are sweating.
cool.
Oh, this is so perfect. Oh, George. Oh, these are beautiful. Oh, my God.
Oh, shit.
Yes,
Those are great.
God damn.
Picture.
I hope those two fucking G's don't fall off. I just glued them up.
Well, I'll glue them back on. I've been
looks
doing
like-
that for years.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Okay.
That,
Yes, honey.
you know, that is fucking swag and swog, all of it.
All the
Motherfucking
effort.
sleeg.
To the queen of comedy.
Woo! Woo! That shit goes.
These are
That
beautiful.
shit goes. That's all you, 100% of the time.
Thank you.
That you know, when you see something that looks like a person and you're like, well, how much? What are the glasses right there? Oh, these are. I said, all right, I'm gonna take this.
Okay, you know what? Crack me a bit. Let me tell you something which pertains to this. Many years ago, George and I were in a bar late at night. We were drinking tequila, which is it's like something's gonna happen.
And the bar was closed.
And the bar is closed, and I made them reopen it back up. And once they realized who George was, and you know, we got to go in, my little team, his. And
it was great.
as the tequila flowed, I think that we kissed, right? I think we did. It was amazing. Either he can kiss or I can, once. I thought for a minute, I said, wow, what if we were some kind of power couple? For one moment, I fantasized. I said, that's a bad motherfucker. I'm no hack my goddamn self. What if we could make some shit like this happen? And as soon as that thought came, it left because, alas, did not happen. I went through the quarantine alone, as did George.
Yeah.
We could have been locked up together.
Damn. You could have had those glasses long time ago.
You know, the queen.
'Cause I don't
The
get-
queen is really just a person that was born under the reign of the monarchy. So she's the queen. You take other 95-year-old woman without that bloodline, and she's just a 95-year-old woman.
Well,
But the queen is the queen no matter where you see them, no matter what they're doing, and no matter what age. She would be, to me, because I've met everybody in this business, a queen 100% of the time, like from a monarchy of comedy that has very few members.
She is the queen of comedy.
And I love that you're not afraid of anything either.
well, you know,
I mean,
I'm
at
afraid
least-
of a lot of things,
at least
but I
on
just don't
stage.
give into it.
Yes.
And that's why I only watch myself once. And then I don't watch myself anymore in any project or in any show. And I don't like study myself and shit because I feel like if I do, I might get self-conscious
Right.
of the free bitch that I am, and I might start to say, God damn, I don't want to do that no more. And that's the very shit that make me different in who I am.
It is
Put that closer to my mouth, George.
I had a
Wow,
moment.
you're coming with all the gifts today,
I had a
baby.
moment there where I was like, but alas,
day.
we just started drinking.
Yeah.
The
Cheers to the queen of comedy.
Cheers, everybody. I really like salt and lemon, you know, the way this my old
Do we
SA
have-
boyfriend taught me. This is your beer, right?
Yep, there's a lot of places to start.
And you want to know, let me tell you about the power of manifestation, if I might.
Oh,
So earlier today, I was driving down Crenshaw, to be specific, and I passed my eyeglasses place. And I said, boy, I sure do need some new glasses because everything I have mostly is shades. And I said, I need some black glasses. That's what I said today. Whoa. Look how God works. And then as I was coming here, I never, ever, ever, ever drink beer unless I'm around my Mexican friends and shit like that. And I said, damn it, I wish I had a beer in there today. I swear to you, I said it when I was turning on Mariposa. And I said, wish I had a fucking beer. And I said, I'm going to tell George I never drink beer unless I'm around my essays. And look at this. This is the power. This is the power, people. You can speak shit into existence. That's why I'm speaking into existence that I want to be the next black female in late night. You know, I'm tired of the shit. I'm tired of the fucking snowstorm in late night. Like, I'm ready to shake this shit up. They've had black women in late night before. They had Monique. Her show wasn't to my liking. And then they had Robin Thede, and I was so uninterested I didn't even give it a chance. I'm made for this shit. I'm not made for daytime. I'm not made for cooking segments and how to make a Christmas wreath out of toilet tissue rolls. That's not me. I want to do some shit like what Hef used to do, Playboy After Dark, boozy and laid back with talented people just swimming in and out, and maybe Alicia Key might be on the keyboard that day. And I got ideas. If you want to produce it, let's talk about it.
I think that sounds like a pretty good idea.
That's great.
Yeah, I got it all worked out. I got dancers. I got the whole shit.
But Hugh Hefner was a host of Playboy After Dark, but he wasn't a comedian.
No, he wasn't.
But they would sit around and they would smoke and they would drink.
He would have comedians on, though.
And he would have comedians on, and it's almost like performing in
your living room.
Yeah, when I was a little boy, around 6 years old, I was put to sleep at an apartment on Hubbard in San Fernando, and when I woke up, I walked into the living room where there was a party going on, and my mom was dancing without her top on the coffee table in the middle of the room.
You saw that for real?
So I don't think I'm going to try to do a late night show where there's...
Well, I've already done all of that stuff as we were speaking of earlier.
I loved it. I watching stuff that I saw today. It was good stuff.
He saw my penthouse spread. He was saying.
I saw the penthouse
I
spread.
told him I also had been a lingerie ambassador for Rihanna for her Savage X Fenty lingerie line. And so I'm not, if I did get on the fucking coffee table and dance at my show and it's late night, who gives a fuck? They got men with their titties hanging out, dancing on tables.
Where would you see a show like that going? And, I had a late night show,
Yeah, George. And I was a faithful watcher. He used to come out to fucking Lowrider, and
where do you see a show like yours landing?
Well,
BET? No.
More like
streaming?
Comedy Central.
I think it's got to be a streamer.
And then there's that, because of course to be 100% authentic in who I am, we would have to stream it, but. The goal would be to, maybe do things a little different on regular network TV if it's fucking late night. Maybe I don't want to be on channel 87 or, some subscription thing. Maybe somebody should have the balls to go ahead on and just let it. It's fucking late night. The kids ain't supposed to be up. Mm-hmm. You ought to be able to have some freedom. They say all that shit on the rap music stations or anything that I would say. They say all that shit in fucking videos, any motherfucking thing I would say. So what the fuck? Who's scared? They are.
Okay, can I tell you something?
Yes.
I've been around TV for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
With the last 2 minutes that you said, motherfucker, you ain't going to be on network on that shit like that. They won't let you do anything that's risque. They won't let you.
Yeah.
You used to be able to. And, Johnny Carson actresses came out with no bras on. And
all that shit. I see a girl on Carson. Some blonde that used to be on there regular, she had a cat in her lap. And Carson said, boy, would I like to pet that pussy. Okay? He said it. I saw him.
I think it's a great idea in concept, but
when the networks talk reality, that's when my bubble gets burst.
I think in that, listen,
where would you put it? Let's just talk hypothetically.
I would put it on a streaming service.
Which one?
HBO Max.
Yeah.
I would stream it.
Amazon. You fuck with them? I have a relationship with them.
You have a relationship with them?
I have a lot of shit on Prime.
I do.
Fat Tuesday's on Prime right now.
Will they find it though? If you want to watch it.
The Rihanna.
You're talking about once a week, like Bill Maher? Once a week allows you to do all the other stuff that you do. You don't really worry about booking guests. You can get somebody, people more reliable once a week than 4 times a week. Mm-hmm. Once a week
is a grind too.
You're there. Saturday Night Live, they're there all week. Uh-huh. But you're there all week. But Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you say my weed party is a bit like Playboy After Dark?
Yes. It's beautiful.
You've been to my weed party.
Yeah, it's great. It's very much
Who
like
were
that.
you digging at the weed party?
Well, I fucked up because Eddie Van Halen was there, and I didn't know who the fuck it was. I didn't see him, or he was gray. I didn't know it was him, and I'm like, how the fuck could I be at the same goddamn party as Eddie Van Halen, big a Van Halen fan as I've been, and not know that? So I was pissed about that. Who did I see at your party that was really exciting? Well, you, and the band.
The band was great.
Fucking band. And look, the caterers. Am I supposed to be
Soul
excited about
food.
the start? The caterers.
Soul food and tacos.
And lots of weed.
And lots
all
of
the
weed.
dispensary people were fun.
Lou Asner. Ed Asner was there. Already 2 drinks. I'm already mixing up names. Lou Asner was there, right? Lawrence Fishburne you were with. You couldn't get away from him. You guys were very close for a couple hours.
Sid and Anthony.
All Gina Rodriguez, all the girls were great.
Fucking smoking ass party, George. And I really missed you during the quarantine. We talked a couple times. And
Yes.
we kept a pretty close watch on each other's IGs and stuff. And that's good.
Here is something that I have created called Sana Sana. It is a Vicks type rub with CBD and THC. And I know that you have some pains occasionally.
I had double knee replacement surgery, total. Both new knees. I'm Megan the motherfucking Stallion. Don't get it fucked up. But I still love, shit for your shoulders and.
Oh, it's good.
That stuff's great.
Can you talk about the knee replacement surgery?
Yeah, I'll talk about anything.
Did you start to feel it on the road and start to feel it when you're standing up when you're traveling?
Totally, when I was stand up for too long, I went to doing stand up sit down, like Mooney used to.
Did it
do
go to
on
your
the
hips? Did it go to your hips?
No, hips don't lie. They're doing fine. You got that? But no, but it was
I
just
got
my
it.
knees. Thank you.
'Cause
And,
you can't be fucking and try to get your legs up in the air and they don't.
No, my legs go up in the air. My hips are fine.
Okay,
With
that's
my
cool.
knees, I couldn't ride.
It's like when
it
you have a
I
car and the seat don't go all the way back.
No, my seat goes all,
All right,
the
your
way
seat
back.
goes all the way back.
I can't really capture that one.
Yeah. Okay, so then you start to know that you're in, and that's real pain.
Now, what happened with my sister is a nurse. She had a knee surgery, but she's just a regular person. She didn't post the therapy that she did.
Yeah.
And I knew that she had said her knees were hurting. I told her my knees were hurting. And so the next thing I knew, she was out back with the grandkids and shit. And I said, well, fuck, if that's the result you got, I said, maybe I'll come to Texas where she lives and I want the same fucking surgeon you had and all that. And I flew to Texas, and my sister took care of me breakfast, lunch, and dinner for like 8 weeks. You do the surgery. I thought, you lay up in the hospital, enjoy your medication for a couple of days, but
don't
then
do
get
that.
your black ass up, and you are walking the same day, just maybe a step or two. Okay, and then you go home. Now, I had excellent aftercare. Somebody came Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to my sister's house for 3 weeks. Then I had to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 4 weeks, outpatient therapy at the hospital gym. And by that time, after that, I was doing stairs and all this. I did all that shit. But if you don't have your aftercare, and if you don't do your aftercare,
can't survive.
and if you don't have nobody to help you, you about to be fucked up. Because you're not going to want to do nothing but eat, take your meds, and sleep. And if you don't bend and exercise your leg, you're going to get froze there like that. That scar tissue starts forming quick.
I've had both of them replaced.
Okay.
The first one, and then at one point in time during therapy, they made me get up on a table and your legs like that, but you have to be able to eventually straighten it out.
Oh, I did it in the bed. They
so
did
the
that in the
therapist
bed.
would come and push all of his weight, and it's the most painful thing I've ever been through. And I sat there and I laughed. And the guy on the table next to me, as the therapist walks away, says, "How can you laugh?" I said, "Because I was too embarrassed to cry." He did that. Now, when I did the second one, I went in there, and as soon as I got up on the table, he says, "Okay, big boy, you know what's next." I got up on the table, and my leg was flat, straight flat. He said, No, how'd you do that? I said, "It's amazing what pain will do for you." I remembered the pain that I went through here from coming out of the hospital and starting therapy. So when I got out of surgery, waking up, I started working that knee right now because I was
Yep.
still medicated.
Yeah, the block, because you get a
smart.
block.
Yeah, so now,
But are you supposed to be moving it after?
yeah.
you better.
I was walking that
Right.
thing.
Still, while it's still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Work it.
Yes.
The more you do, the better. When I got up on that
yes.
table, he
Did
said,
they tell
"Ain't no
you?
way."
Did they tell you what was going to go into the knee replacement?
No, and all your friends tell you don't watch it on YouTube until you've had the surgery, which I didn't. I didn't watch it till after my.
Now
Your knee is they cut. You're not laying straight. They got your knee bent like that and cut that bitch open like that. And then, so you don't want to know nothing about that. Sorry.
So
they take the
spoiler alert
Curlin'
for
Joe.
anybody who might be getting ready.
The guys that do the pros, Curl
Yeah.
and Joe. Okay, started with it. They referred me to a guy that had done all of his residency and all of his training through Curl and Joe. I then go ahead and go down there, and he's the one that did it for me.
damn.
Yeah, but what about your meds? See, my sister
I didn't
was
take
a
meds.
nurse. Well, you a G.
Well, can you bring them next week then?
I'm
I'll
like,
fucking
I take
them.
everything they give me.
Bring that shit. I'll take them.
Tell
You know
say
why I
don't
didn't take meds? I learned real quick. You take that shit for pain, and you can't shit.
Oh,
You're constipated.
Yes. Now that's I wasn't gonna go there.
No.
But you do get
You know,
constipated
Elvis
like a
didn't-
motherfucker.
Elvis died when he was 42 on August 16th, and he hadn't shit since that special NBC where he wore the black suit. That was 69. He went all those years without shit.
Talk about being
He
blocked.
shit out chalk for schools, public schools.
Talk about being fucking blocked.
That motherfucker had pills in his intestines that hadn't even dissolved yet.
That's crazy.
Wow.
He had like chalk, like little kids make smiling like stars in the,
Okay,
in the
that's
street.
enough, George. It's Elvis. It's Elvis now.
Okay, would you recommend it for somebody that needed knee replacement?
Fuck yes, but don't be a
Absolutely.
punk. But don't be a punk.
But it does hurt.
Well, I mean, it hurts.
depends with
The
some
work
doctors.
hurts. The surgery don't hurt. You ain't gonna know nothing about the surgery. But later, maybe 2 days later, when the block wears all the way off,
Yeah.
right?
I never took anything for pain. I have a high pain
I've
tolerance.
had a child, and so fuck that.
Yeah.
Give me the shit.
I had a lady that was next to me in therapy said, anybody that says having a child is the worst pain there is wrong. Knee replacement
That bitch is a lie.
was a lot tougher than having a baby.
Honey, you gonna
But-
rub some on my shoulder?
Yep.
It's the best thing I ever did.
You know that Gary Monroe, who toured with DL Fry, his security guy, was a police officer, and he lives in Baltimore, and he came to see us
Baltimore.
in the Four Seasons in Baltimore, out there by the river, and when he got up, he said that the knee surgery was so much pain for him that he wouldn't wish it on his enemy. Now, maybe that's the doctor that he had, because different doctors have different ways.
That has a lot to do with it too, because I was sent home with an ice machine thing because they're supposed to ice it and elevate it, and I was sent home with a thing. But these doctors, a lot of people get in, their doctor don't send them home.
Yeah, they didn't send me
the
home with
thing.
shit.
Oh no, honey, I had a whole ice machine.
They sent a therapist out to my house.
Yeah.
And I called the doctor. I said, get rid of this guy. This guy ain't shit. You know, he wasn't doing anything for me. Little thing on the floor, pedaled this thing. It wasn't doing anything for me. I said, I need to get into a therapist.
But I don't want to make this the geriatric bad knee motherfucking show. You know, let's talk about something else.
No, but I mean,
I'm aging myself. I'm trying to get a man, not run one away. This bitch can't even walk.
Can I tell you a story of, I love prescription drugs. So when I was having my kidneys done, I had a stent in there. I didn't know what a stent was. So a stent is a piece of wire they use to keep your ureter open. So I had two of them. I had one in each kidney after my transplant.
Yeah.
And then I went to my urologist, and I was laying on the table, and he had this long ass thing, and I said, oh, okay, well, what's happening there? And he gave me some local solution on my penis, had a clip on it. The girl was holding my hand.
Yeah.
And he put that camera down the hole of my penis.
Of your dick
Went in there,
and your ball sacks. And
past
stuff.
my balls, past
All
Van
up
Nuys
in your
Boulevard,
fucking-
right next to his penis.
Your
Pass.
prostate.
past Fresno, all the way up toward
Bakersfield.
past Baker, way past Bakersfield, up by Sacramento, up near like the 49ers play.
that other
Like
place?
it's not San Jose, it's blue beyond.
Took the 5 the
He
whole
put
way.
that camera in my penis and went all the way up to Silicon Valley. Like,
Well, let's be honest. How much of the wire had to go in, George?
I was holding on to the thing. The girl had never been so uncomfortable. Then I had to get the other one out. And when I took the other one out, I took a Vicodin at 5. I took a half at 6, another half at 6:30, another half at 7. I went there and they gave me solution. You could have driven a Mini Cooper with both doors open out of my dick. Woo. And I wouldn't have felt. You could have left the gas pump in there, and I wouldn't have felt shit. I said, "Well, you ain't catching me off guard twice." I didn't feel anything. He goes, "Well, we're done." And I said, "Now I got the rest of the day to burn off." Really 5.5.
You know what's crazy about that, since we're still on the thing, is that I had a catheter, which I had always said in my whole entire life. I said, how the fuck do they get a catheter in a little pee hole, right? And I'm like, I mean, it's just the concept. I've never understood I'm like, is it round? Is it smooth at the end? Surely it's not like I don't know. But anyway, I woke up, I had one in me. And so from the knee surgery. So then they said, well, we're going to have someone come up here and remove your catheter. And I'm like, what the fuck? Is it going to hurt? What's going to happen? Then a big old, I got my shit in Texas, big old fine-ass white boy like you came through the motherfucking door. I threw them legs up so goddamn wide. I was like, okay, baby, get my catheter out. And he said, man, that's not necessary. I'm like, oh, well, fuck. Well, how you going to do it? He said, just relax and count to 3. And he did some shit, and I guess a bubble popped in my pussy, and that's how Oh, God. How did we get on this shit? The fuck, George?
Was it air or did you do it on purpose?
No, there's a bubble. They put the hose in your little pee hole.
But did you do it on purpose?
They blow a bubble inside so it don't fall back out your pee hole.
It's like blowing a kiss.
So they well, I'd rather have a real traditional kiss blown on my pussy than that. Trust that.
And it sounds like a pop. It sounds like a pop. Well,
it was kind of, I felt a little something.
You know how they make those commercials where they send catheters to your house? How the fuck can you? It's almost like stabbing yourself. You'd be like, those fucking things they put them on at home. Oh, hang on, you guys. I'm just gonna change my catheter.
Makers of the smoothest hitting pipes and bongs around. Today's episode is brought to you by FreezePipe. Each FreezePipe product uses freezable glycerin chambers that cool smoke by hundreds of degrees. Pop one of these glycerin chambers in the freezer for 1 hour and smoke passes through the icy chamber. It's instantly chilled for a bigger, colder, and smoother hit.
Man, listen, why be smoking at room temperature when you can take yourself to the freeze zones? Hey, putting ice in your bong is one thing, but putting ice in your bong is one thing, but it's time to take the training wheels off and enjoy massive clouds with zero throat or chest burn. Man, no true. Listen, I used to do needlepoint. I'm gonna needlepoint that on a pillow in my house.
Massive clouds.
Massive clouds with zero throat or chest burn on 2 pillows that I'm gonna use in my room. Scientifically engineered to outperform traditional pipes, FreezePipe offers a luxury smoking experience at everyday great prices. And you know what? This is very true. I think when I have my Who Weed in the Pool party, I'm going to have everybody try FreezePipe because it's awesome. It's easy to use. When you smoke it and it's cool, it's just like nothing you've ever done before. And I would recommend it to marihuanos everywhere. It says friends, but I think marihuanos is the better.
There you go.
Absolutely.
My grandma thought everybody was a marihuano anyway, so I might as well say I'll recommend it to marihuanos far and wide.
If you're tired of burning throats or coughing too much when you light up, visit thefreezepipe.com and use code OMGHI for 10% off.
That's thefreezepipe.com. Use code OMGHI for 10% off and say goodbye to harsh cannabis smoke. But say it fast because that smoke disappears quick.
Let me walk you through the Manscaped shower routine. Step 1. Lather on the cologne-infused ultra-premium body wash and aloe vera sea salt to keep your skin feeling clean and moisturized all day. Not sure if you heard the correct, but the body wash is cologne infused so that special someone in your life will absolutely love it.
Listen, if a girl's going down there and she smells like just fucking gacho, that's all she's gonna smell every time. But you could be fucking clean down there as fucking Superman. All she'll smell is your old fucking ball.
Step 2, the hair care time. Apply the 2-in-1 shampoo plus conditioner that cleanses and nourishes in one step. The non-greasy formula has a base of coconut, water, green tea, also turmeric and sage. Apply this to your armpits and public region too.
Good, no, leave it in.
Step 3, once you hop out of the shower, protect yourself from body odor by applying on the Manscaped aluminum-free deodorant. This deodorant dries, clear, and is also cologne infused. Step 4, have tattoos or dry skin? Let's hit your skin with hydrating body moisture spray. Step 5, apply the Manscaped Lip Balm. This is a free gift when you purchase the Ultra Premium Collection.
Last but not least, we're using the Lawnmower 4.0 electric trimmer to clean off any unwanted body hair. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof, so you can bet it's a major key to the new shower routine. Absolutely no question. The Elite Trimmer is designed to trim hair on loose skin, although your balls might look like punching bags. I know mine do from Rocky 2. Don't treat them like one and benefit from their proprietary skincare technology. The new bundle will change your life, and I want all my listeners out there to live their best lives. And listen, Manscaped, from the time that we've been doing this podcast, I've used the products, and it's been because one of my jokes was, don't get old because you won't like the way it smells. But Manscaped has helped me be less odorous. Even though no viejas are going down there, I'm going down there. And listen, I've been going down there for 60 years. This is the best I've ever smelled down there. Forget about Little League when I fucking chorro all over. But there's been damage down there. But I can say Manscaped has helped me get that new car smell back again. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code OMG High at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code OMG High at manscaped.com. It's time to get wet and clean with your new Manscaped shower routine. And I would think this would be a great gift for any time, especially with Father's Day coming up or whatever. It's one just thing easy to get.
Question. I've been watching this series called Secrets of the Playboy Mansion.
Yes.
I've been there once.
I've been there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how many times have you been?
I've been there twice to the Midsummer Eve's party.
Oh.
How many times have you been?
Night's
Dream.
Yeah. That's the big
When
one.
those girls were like airbrushed bikinis, but they were really naked.
Right. More fun than when I went there for some MMA bullshit. But it was still a nice party.
It was a pajama party.
Gosh.
The girls were naked. Half was out there with this girl. Half
Yeah.
took a picture with half.
Have you seen the series?
Yes. Is a new one tonight?
Every Monday. It's my fucking guilty
What do you
pleasure.
think about that?
I think it's all true. I think he was super powerful because everybody of influence came there to get their fucking rocks off, these perverted Hollywood motherfuckers. And I think that they're true. If you got a bunny on your shirt and you go to the police and say fucking Martin Scorsese just tried to ram me in the ass with a rake, they're gonna be like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. And so that's because of other cases of other shit, I've been like, why the bitch wait 30 years? But in this case, I think that even when his ass was old and alive, he still had a lot of influence. And if you talked about the shit, you could get fucked.
Why does somebody wait 30 years?
Well, I don't know, because I've been raped and I told immediately, just nobody gave a fuck.
Wait a minute. What do you know?
I got raped by 3 white boys. First time I ever had sex, and one of them lived across the street from me when I lived in Castro Valley, California. You know who you are.
And you never.
Yeah. Well, I cut school with these boys. We wasn't drinking beer. I don't remember. Maybe. That's a disclaimer. And to be able to cope with stuff like this is where the humor comes in. You have to be able to laugh about it, or maybe you can't move on.
That was the first time you ever had sex?
Yeah. So I go back to the school, like they jumped up, they didn't have no, it wasn't like, this was clearly like rape. It was 3 guys. Wow. It wasn't like they had no technique. We was in like junior high or something like that. I went to all white schools in Castro Valley. I was just born in Arkansas and until I was in elementary school, lived in Oakland.
Yeah.
Then got educated in Castro Valley and Haywood and then moved back to Oakland, blah, 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 then to LA. So I go back to the school and I go to class and I'm just sitting there. But my hymen, technical term, had been broken, so I bled in the chair. So the teacher saw it, so she's like, what the fuck happened? So I told her what happened. So he took me to the office, and they called my parents, and they called the police. But it was really, I was adopted, so it was really my stepfather / uncle who married my aunt, who was my father's. Anyway, so we got home, like we told the police report, got home, and the alcoholic stepfather stayed up and wouldn't let me go to sleep, and he was drinking and wouldn't let me go to sleep and berated me how I was about to ruin the boy's life and made me go back to the police station and recant the whole shit.
Are you serious?
Sure. You think I could make up a lie like that on the spot? I'm good.
No. Wow.
But you know what? All that is in me somewhere, and that'll probably come out in my Academy Award winning performance, because I have always wanted to be one of them people in a room with a bat where you could just bust all this shit up in the room. You see people do that. I really need to do that. But that's where, the sacrifice is your mental health or good comedy. You take that shit, you can flip it. That's not my advice for people to do, but if you're a natural born comedian like me, George.
So you were adopted, you didn't know your mother or your father?
Yeah, I knew my mother, but my father was murdered when my mother was pregnant with me.
Wow.
By her brother, my uncle. Fun facts, people. Put this down in the trivia book. We went from fucking knee surgery to rape. What the fuck is this show all about?
But with fun facts, they don't have to be all good facts. I mean, you can have fun and not. But the thing with that is that it's those things aren't planned, but then they're fucking with you the rest of your life.
Oh, of course.
Like that, like your mom or your friend. Did the school know?
When your rabbi fucking molests you, or when your fucking uncle wants to give you a fucking bath, or when you make your kid sit on somebody's lap that the kid don't really like to sit their lap on. I don't force that shit. I never ever in my life, my daughter's 26, let nobody babysit her who had a brother or something like that. My one girlfriend, her girlfriends didn't have a bedroom door, had a brother. The minute I found that out, no more, over. Yeah. And I also know this, because I am a survivor person, that when you look at kids, you look at their school pictures, you see sparkle in their fucking eye. That's still what hope looks like, before they get tainted and jaded by life. But when something like that happens to a boy or a girl, that light goes out, and their eyes become like shark eyes, and their eyes are too grown for their age, and that's when something happened. I'm lucky to say that light never went out in my daughter, and she told me nothing never happened to her. If I died tomorrow and I accomplished that, then I feel great.
Okay. Did people in the school know? Did it become
I don't know, because, remember, I'm at a white school. There's only like 3 or 4 black kids there.
Man.
Mm-hmm. But it's no biggie anymore, I wish somebody'd rape me now, goddamn, in a while. No,
you can't rape, but you can't rape the willing.
I'm an actress, motherfucker. I pretend like I don't want to.
Yes, but how did you get from like where you were born in Arkansas? It looks like toilet.
Toilet, Arkansas.
Did they say toilet, Arkansas?
People would
because it looks like TOILL.
TOLETTE.
It looks like. Listen, if you were gonna fuck with where somebody was from, you might as well say like Culo, California.
Yeah. That's a layup.
But that's toilet. I saw it. I said, everybody's gotta be like toilet, Arkansas.
I mean, people tease you all your life about that. They'd say, you're from toilet, Arkansas.
Yeah.
No, motherfucker. Shit. So it's toilet. And population like 235 probably like today.
How did you get west? How did you end up going west?
So when my father got murdered, and my mother had 7 kids already, was pregnant with her 8th. My father's sister, my aunt,
I think those were the devils in the family, the ants.
no, that's me. I'm an auntie.
I think
got
they were, though. I
17.
think they would be like, don't take that from him.
No,
Light him on fire,
the
goddammit.
ants- The ants are better than the parents
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of the time. I'm a great aunt. And so, anyway, my aunt, my dead father's sister, begged my mother, her, and my other aunt were all pregnant at the same time.
Yeah.
These 2 aunts lost babies, couldn't have no more kids. Only my mom had the kid. She's already stressed and whatever. I don't know. They look at you. You look at this. George, not me.
Oh.
Yay!
Damn.
It's George,
All right,
not
go ahead.
me.
I'm with
And
you.
so anyway, she said, let me help you out. You got enough going on, blah, blah, blah. Let me take the baby, blah, blah. And some kind of way an adoption happened, and I got brought to California. Now, did I want to grow up with my brothers and sisters poor in Arkansas? Yes.
Yeah.
Did I want to be alone with a predator by myself? No. But had my life not turned out this way, would I be doing what I'm doing now?
You would not.
No. So God don't make no mistakes. We just have to go along with the program.
Now, I think I read where when you first started, you were like on a talk show or something, like it's a radio show?
And no, it's a show called the Soul Beat Television Network. It's a network in Oakland, California, ran by Chuck Johnson, who had all black owned and operated television station before BET.
Yeah.
And he had it in Oakland. He was one of the first people, probably the first.
Who was on those shows? Like
Mark Curry used to do
yeah.
it.
Hammer?
And Hammer and Laura Hayes and myself. And then when they had a thing in Oakland called the Bay Area Black Comedy Competition. So when the comics would come from out of state to come to Oakland to be in this competition.
Where was that, at the Paramount?
At the Paramount. That's where the finals were. Then when they would come to Oakland, they would come on my show. So that's how I ended up knowing a lot of L.A. comics and comics from out of state when I came to L.A. It's really
That's
hard.
what I was going for, yeah. So you did that, and then can you sing too, or just?
Yeah, I sang. I did musical theater for years before I ever did film and television. And so, I'm from that era where you got to be triple threat. You got to be able to sing, dance, act, do something like that. I don't dance that much no more, but it's not like I can't, because we got new knees.
That's right. That's right.
I don't dance that much no more. I save myself for,
Did you find did you find your brothers and sisters?
No, they always did let me know who they were, so
Okay.
I always did visit and have a relationship with them. But, you got to look at 7 brothers and sisters that's not doing so well and struggling in Arkansas. Here my happy California ass
No, I
come
know.
with a suitcase full of little short sets and barrettes and sandals matching and shit. They wanted to slap the fuck out of me, I'm sure.
But you know that if you stayed back there, you wouldn't be here.
No, I'd be in a trailer somewhere.
But it's tough to leave. It's tough to leave. Like it's tough to leave a
I know
place
people
and
with
leave all.
degrees who still they can't leave. That's. But you know what? It's hard to leave places where you're the shit and go somewhere where you ain't nobody.
Right.
That's really hard. If you live somewhere and you got credit at the grocery store, the cleaner, or they know your mama, get your nails done, all this, and then you got to go somewhere where you don't know nobody and you don't know shit from Shinola.
Right.
Then you got to learn what north, east, south, and west is in L.A. That shit's confusing. You can go to motherfucking North La Brea, or you can take your ass down to South La Brea. It's a difference.
The we're talking about half. Like in. I think maybe that's the Hugh Hefner family is not involved with Playboy anymore.
That's what the disclaimer says.
The disclaimer says. And the Playboy Jazz Festival didn't come back after the pandemic, and I think maybe a little bit has to do with that series on Playboy. It doesn't make Playboy.
Yeah, probably.
Look
Probably. It's a good time to shut it down.
Did you see the documentary on Showtime about Bill Cosby?
Mm-hmm.
But you weren't on it.
No, but I have pictures.
Did they ask you to be on it?
No, never in my
They asked me to be on it. I said no.
never in my career have I ever been sexually approached by anybody about anything. My mouth too big, my attitude too fucked up, and they're like, I don't need the trouble with this bitch. I can go fuck with this bitch over here, not that fucking loudmouth bitch. And plus she's a snitch, and she tells.
I get that. I can see that.
So I've never, not one time ever. It's actually the opposite. I'm surprised some cases haven't been filed on me.
Yeah. But some people knew about some things like that, right? About
What?
Cosby.
A lot of people knew. You can't do nothing without an accomplice. Nobody. The only person.
Like I didn't know him personally till like 2010, but in seeing some comedians back in the day, like in the 90s or 80s, there was talk about, I don't think it was drugging though, but just like getting head before shows and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Who doesn't want
days.
the fucking? Those are good old days.
Good old fucking days. Whatever happened to that?
Wipe your ass with a sock and whatever. You don't use a towel. You're
Just leave it.
Just
leave
I had a
it.
thong in my fucking golf bag for like 7 years. It's like somebody putting a banana in
Must
there. All
be
of a sudden,
petrified by now.
What does my golf bag smell like?
Petrified like a rock.
Nasty.
Yeah.
But it's a business where, it's never easy. I'm gonna say it's never easy. Stand up. It's never easy to travel. It's never easy to go to a town and be at the fucking mercy of a fucking fire next door to the club, or nobody's going,
Or maybe a
some
murder
bullshit.
at the front door.
Fucking some shit's gonna happen.
That's happening.
During the time.
We do a really good thing right now while I'm on tour with Cat Williams right now. And first of all, there's several groups of us, there's transportation, this and that.
Is Cat still wearing like a parka in a hot day, or is he?
He's a motherfucking pimp, and he can wear what the fuck
No,
he
I know.
wants
He
to.
can, but that's
Yeah,
not
he
one
look
of-
good and all that shit. Yeah,
He
I
does.
mean, from time to time he's very, very well styled. I mean, I'm impressed every week. And I like that pimp shit, so But the fun thing that we do is there's a group of us that just get an Airbnb, and then we just stay together, and we just Instacart the groceries.
Yeah, sure.
And just cook, and we all get along, and
That's
we all
awesome.
kick, and nobody never sees us because we're not in no hotels no more.
That's pretty good. So how long is the tour been on? Maybe for like since last summer.
Maybe about 6 months.
And how is it?
It's delicious. It's amazing.
Where were you? What was the last shows you guys did?
Roanoke, Virginia, and
The Coliseum there?
Renville, South Carolina. I think we go to Cincinnati or something like that this weekend. Mm-hmm. A lot of markets that are not what you may call mainstream, but they got big arenas.
That's all
and
right.
those people like, we never get nothing down here. We're so fucking glad. I took pictures when we was in Roanoke. My fans had nails through their lip and shit. And I was like, yeah, this is all good, because that's what comedy is supposed to do.
Well, that band Kiss would go to Chicago and go to all the main cities, and then they would go to like
Off-brand shit.
outside an
Sunrise,
hour.
Florida.
Yep. I did that out in Cedar Rapids and Des Moines.
Listen, they don't have a lot to spend the money on.
Right.
They got money. They deserve comedy too. They're super grateful. They're excited. I like when I'm on social media now, like before the show, and you can see people in their story like on our way to see the da-da-da, or date night and all that. I'm like, yeah. And then, you can always tell the vibe of the, I'm like fifth to go on, so by then I done heard what's working for who and whatnot over the thing in the room, intercom. But I just, I love what I do. Sometimes that's the only place you feel good is there. Sometimes.
And do all the comics stay on time?
Excuse me. Yes, because we're professionals.
All right.
And we have a timer.
If somebody goes over, is there a penalty?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not for us, but like if the show goes over, ultimately that's
the first comedy get done we did on the road. Charlie was supposed to do 20 minutes. He did 40, and that sent everything crazy. And then we had to talk to him. We all had to talk to him because we were the 30 guys. He was the 20.
You talking about when you guys did the
Comedy
Black
Get
and
Down.
Brown Comedy Get Down?
And then we told him.
To which I showed up about 5 times.
Yeah, and we told him to watch the time, and he's like, "Oh man, I didn't know I went over."
Listen, I do not like or respect somebody who disrespects the clock. These shows are on time, just like in the theater. I came through the theater first, so I'm disciplined.
I worked for Sheena Easton at Bally's. I was supposed to do 30 minutes. I got off in 27. And the next night, I saw a little dude there, and he walks up to me, goes, "Hey, man, last night you didn't do 30 minutes." I said, "Yeah, I did." He goes, "No, you didn't. You did 27. Is 27:30?" I said, "No." "Is 31:30?" I said, "No." "What's 30? 30. Tonight, do 30. I never saw him again. And I did 30. I never saw him again. He's like, "Motherfucker, do your time."
Damn.
30 is 30.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're in Vegas, it's very structured. Period. They're gonna start on time. Period. They're gonna be out on time too.
Yeah.
They know everything because it's union. They got to pay their security and all that shit. They're not fucking around. Even at these theaters, it's like it used to be $1,000 a minute. If you 15 minutes over the show,
Yeah.
$15,000 out your ass. For the people listening, not watching, I'm
She's
eating an
eating-
almond.
Was that that's from my airline now. What airline is that? American?
Let me see. Yeah, this is from American.
Can we talk about how did the whole thing with Borat, how did you get that part? First of all, that movie, the first one, even the second one, you seen them?
I can only talk. Yeah, I've seen them all. I only can talk on the first one.
The first one caught everybody off guard because
Even us.
everybody thought that, even you?
Yeah.
You thought that guy was a real guy?
No, I just didn't know what the fuck I had signed up for.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, okay, so I didn't even have a car. I got an audition call.
Who told your agent called you?
And said they need somebody who can improv well, and somebody who can come and be like a hooker at a fancy dinner party and tell some like wild hooker stories. They said dress like a hooker. Well,
You haven't seen it?
I'm like,
It is
Iconic.
it was class. It was nominated for Academy Award.
it's fucking iconic. I mean, and nobody knew
What the fuck it was.
what the fuck it was.
I had never even heard a word Borat. Like, what is a Borat? Borat is a Borat. What is it?
Yeah.
Is that the scene where you guys were at the dinner party, went to the bathroom and brought the shit back in a plastic bag?
I didn't do that. I was.
But
at
he
the
did. He
dinner
brought it
party.
back, right? And the people at the table didn't know. They didn't know that this guy was.
It was real shit. It was one of our crew members' shit. It was real, yo. I'm telling you.
And you know,
That's commitment.
And in a place like that guy, weak, whatever the motherfucker would say shit. Today I go wow, wow.
Very nice, very nice. A high five.
Very sex.
Okay, so let me tell you.
The girl,
two
the
things
vagine.
that you didn't see in the movie. So now,
You got.
mind
Hey,
you,
if you, I'm just gonna tell you.
I'm gonna watch it.
You gotta watch
you
it.
can't take it. Listen,
And you
go
will
to the
laugh your
bathroom.
fucking. It
You'll
took
be
over the
shocked.
whole world by storm. I mean, and the thing about comedy in that way is that first you have to have a guy who's good enough to fucking never break character, to never be like,
He wore the same suit.
come in.
through
And you
the
go,
whole movie.
yeah.
So where it
He-
started stinking.
he
it
never
smelled
broke.
Real European.
He never broke, and the reaction of
It's hard to explain, babe. And let me tell you something. I'm in the motherfucker, right? I tried to watch it about 6 months ago. About 4 minutes in, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't even watch this."
it's
I
wild.
4 minutes
It's
in.
fucking wild.
I know, but you know what it really was about? Exposing the racism in people when they think that nobody's watching.
That's right.
And boy, did they.
That's right. You could get
Booyakasha.
you could get that. You could get people to be
Open.
open.
And the other phenomenon about the movie is that they only had to. Out of all the people in that movie, they only had to pay 5 people because everybody else signed a release. Even they didn't know, and when it came out, they got mad. But people are camera whores.
Yeah.
And they shoot them, and they say, you want to sign this release, going to be from this documentary. Then they sign it. Well, we don't have to pay you now, bitch. And so only 5 people have to pay. We made so much money.
So when you were in those scenes, were you free to talk at any time you wanted to, or would they just say hang back and react?
Well, the only scenes I were in was the ones I talked in.
The one riding the bull?
Yeah, but there's a lot of shit that didn't make the movie. Like me and Borat kissed a lot. But that didn't make the movie. And then in the you know how DVDs have the special features? Mm-hmm. I don't know if they have special features when you stream stuff. Maybe if it says it, right?
Rarely.
So there was a special feature on the DVD for all you Borat experts out there that have it. Pull it back out. And the special feature was we were doing like a reenactment of running down the beach for like Baywatch. Because remember Pam Anderson?
Yeah.
So now you got me running down the beach in a fucking Baywatch fucking
red.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
You got Ken Davidian running down there and one his fat shit's flying every goddamn where, and then you got, of course, Sasha with that long thong thing that he wore.
The green one?
Mm-hmm. And then I had to go out into the water, and we had water experts this far off camera with me. I had to go underwater and come up like, yeah, like it's amazing, like Pam Anderson, but that shit, oh my God, wait a minute, where's my glasses?
This is the Borat film right here.
Jeez.
Are you familiar with the concept even of Borat?
No, I just remember he was at the Academy Awards. He came out in character. I believe he was there.
Yeah, but tell him what the shit is about.
Yeah. So at the time, no one knew if it was a real documentary or what. But basically, Sacha Baron Cohen is the actor here, and he went undercover as this character named Borat, who was allegedly from
Kazakhstan.
Thank you. And the whole thing, he was like acting like he was filming his trip to America, and what he would do is just this insane things like. For example, he'd go to the bathroom, put his shit in a bag, come back out, and be like, "Oh, I'm from a different culture."
Shit in front of Trump Tower. Don't leave that out.
Oh, he did all sorts of shit, things that felt unspeakable at the time. And so, and the whole thing, he's trying to like find a wife, and who's he in love with?
He's in love with Pam Anderson.
Pam Anderson, right? Hence the Baywatch thing. So,
right.
It's all about his like travels across America.
Have an outfit just like that.
He wears that thing like if he was wearing a 3-piece suit.
Yeah, he got a lot of balls, but the thing about it, he didn't ask you to do nothing that he wouldn't do.
Right.
It wasn't like he's playing you and just making you do stupid shit, and he don't have to.
But there's a freedom of being in that fucking space that not a lot of guys would fucking do that and stay in character and see the uncomfortableness in people, and he. That's where you guys worked in that area, or like.
Listen, the racists that were in this movie, they didn't come from central casting. They were fucking bona fide successionist racists and never had a black person come through their front door. So when I showed up, like, dressed like a hooker, cowboy hat, stiletto fucking heels, and a Calvin Klein jean skirt, and a pink bra and some leopard shit. They're like, what the fuck? But that's because listen, and when you couldn't do a second take, because once you do it,
that's it, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You got to go to another town and set up another family and tell them there's a dignitary. And another thing, okay, so we, during the special features, me and Borat was up on a lifeguard thing, and he's hitting it from the back and shit. But the thing is that even when I was in the water and I was up there, I was on the fucking rag, and I had this I thought the sharks were gonna come eat my legs off when I was in the water. My fucking pads going flip sideways because he's sitting there. Jesus fucking Christ, what am I doing, And let me see, Ken Davidian and him ran through that business meeting butt naked. True, did it.
Man.
Did it. And, there was just, I did have a cow milking machine hooked to my titty.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
Man, I should be getting some big bucks in this motherfucker because I feel like I'm the girl they call when they say, you know, we really need, at this point in the movie, we need somebody to jump off the roof into a vat of Jell-O. Who are we going to call? Gabrielle? No, she ain't going to do it. We call Taraji? No, she wants too much goddamn money. I know who fucking do it. Let's call Luenell. I feel like I'm that bitch in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Because I'll fucking do it.
You don't care.
It got nominated for an Academy Award.
Did you go to Academy Awards?
No, they didn't invite my hooker ass. But I went to the Golden Globes because that's when you can get drunk and party and stuff.
That's the party.
Boy, I got so fucking wasted at the Golden Globes, I started crying. Because Borat did win the Golden Globe. I didn't win shit. You thought I won some shit. I'm like, this is fucking fantastic. I was so drunk. Drunk.
But it was great. I mean, it was great.
One of the ones that went, wasn't there something about I remember seeing him walking over, instead of walking down the aisle, he was climbing over seats.
Borat?
Yes.
That's probably in the black church. Maybe that was in the black church. Remember in the black church? You went to the black church?
Yeah.
Hello, child. You know, then they had the frat boys that was in the
frat boys that were drinking.
Drunk ass, racist ass frat boys. They was all saying this shit, and they're like, yeah, we'll fucking sign the release. Then the shit come out, and they're like, fuck it, we didn't know. We'll sue that bastard. And people was trying to sue Borat. Well, Borat's a fictitious character, then, so good luck with that. Plus, you don't have the money.
It changed movies, man. It changed.
Sacha Baron Cohen had money when he came in the game. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, he had money when he came in the game. But he made so much money on that.
Who would you compare him to? Because, you know, he's elusive. Like, nobody doesn't really do much. He just
like Mel Brooks or maybe Chaplin.
Yeah.
Or
because he's fucking brilliant dude, man. Yeah, he's brilliant.
Maybe Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
Andy
Wild
Kaufman,
motherfucker like that. I miss me some Sam Kinison though. That was my motherfucker.
Did you know Sam Kinison?
I didn't. I wished I always felt like I would. I was hanging around the Comedy Store, but I didn't. You don't see Phat Tuesday yet?
I haven't seen it, but I knew Sam Kinison.
You got to see it.
Tell where can the people watch it? It's on streaming now, right?
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
But is it about the lawlessness of Phat Tuesday, or is it about what comedians went through there?
What lawlessness? It was about.
Didn't they throw a chair at somebody?
Well, that can happen in your local bowling alley. I mean, goddamn. I don't remember. I mean, that wasn't what the document was focusing on. The document was focusing on the fact that Guy Torrey started this night in the belly room. The shit took off. He went to the main room, and it was the place to be every fucking on an off night, Tuesday night for years. And that, you know, you got all these good black comics down in the bar in South 10 Freeway. There ain't nobody come to see, but now we got a place on fucking Sunset Boulevard.
The Comedy Store, right? The Comedy Store?
Yeah, the fucking Comedy Store. So then, you know, now we got our names on the wall. My name is on the wall now.
My name's not on the wall over there.
It's not? Mine is.
I started over there in '79, but you know, your name deserves to be on the wall over there. Mine does not.
Yes, it does.
I don't even work the Comedy Store. So
I didn't work it, but I worked Phat Tuesday.
How?
No, I need your listeners to vote on whether George and I should be a power couple in the comedy industry.
I heard that you were married.
Well, I am, sort of.
All right.
Sort of.
I'm not, but.
No, but. Boy, you go to deep dive. Okay, so I got married, and then I married somebody in 90 days.
I'm going to say that nobody. You don't have to talk about it. I'm going to say that nobody.
I don't talk about the rapes. Why the fuck I'm
Because you be grabbing dicks. But do you grab dicks, or does it always feel like you might grab somebody's dick?
I don't grab anybody's dick.
But it always felt like when we were kissing and shit and drinking, I felt like you might.
I did not grab your dick though.
No, but
You wanted me to.
I try to put it out there.
We can still do that.
You just had that vibe.
You know what? The way it looks today, you wouldn't find it on the first grab. You would have to look around for your keys. You know, you're like.
I just did a whole bit about that.
You're gonna put your hand in
Big
my.
dicks are overrated.
You're gonna find your mascara. You're gonna find your wallet. You're gonna find your compact before you find my dick in that bag.
Oh, George.
That thing is going.
Promises,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where it's going.
Promise is promise.
It's almost like when you see a tree and go, "Fuck, that tree is getting." How can a tree get smaller over time?
That's why we be perfect, because I don't, but see, here's the thing. Even if you have a small penis, y'all all still want head, though. So what's that all about?
What do women? We gotta get some more. We got more. What do women think? What do women think when a guy has a small dick? Do they think like this guy? Because if you're trying to make a first impression, there's no more first impression, more fucking.
Well, I tell you
than
what,
having a small dick. If you're like, hey,
if you lay it on your wallet, it gets bigger. That part.
But
I mean, here we go.
that's what I used to say. I used to say you got to trim the hairs to make the,
I'm good.
to make the house look bigger.
What do
the
women
house
think?
the house ain't gonna look big if all the shrubs
Well, I
and
can't
topiary.
speak for all women. Some women might be very
Some
excited to have a small dick man.
I think some dudes, some dudes have
there's
big dicks, and some dudes
as
have.
my grandmother used to say, there's a top for every pot. So there's a whole there's a woman out there. There's people out there for
Yeah, but
small
is it a
dick
pot to make a stew or a pot to boil an egg? Because we're talking about fucking, what size fucking pot?
men.
What size pot?
Well, that's going to take some thought.
Can a dude have an attractive dick, like a dick that looks good?
You seen one dick, you seen them all.
Okay, because sometimes girls say that. Oh, he had the
Well,
beautiful.
okay, if a dick to a female to look good, first of all, it should be straight. Okay, the curvers.
But you gotta have a lot of dick to have a curve in it, because if you go down.
Not really.
Wait a minute.
I got a fucking
If you go down the
DM
street,
yesterday, this motherfucker came out the hair and turned. I'm like, really, bro? Like, do you want me to repost this? It was pathetic.
Name and
but
shame.
it should be straight, and it should be. It doesn't matter whether it's got, for me, whether it's got hair around it or not. We don't need a bush. But a man, I don't need a man spending too much time in the mirror fucking shaving his dick. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you can have that or you cannot have that. Just nice in the middle grooming is nice. Scissors.
manscaping, they say.
Man, a little manscaping, but it don't have to be all that, depilatories and all that shit, because who you trying to impress? And then, it should be circumcised for me, just saying, and then you should have nice head and a couple of veins, just
Girth
regular.
versus length.
Girth, well, girth is good and length is good. Girth and length is very good.
I think girth and length is.
The people out there will be taking notes.
Where
on
the
this.
fuck is this? I'm trying to think of the demographic of people.
But
What's your demographic, George?
I don't ever check. But
How's
you
your
know that-
restaurant doing? I'm supposed to be going out there to eat. I never
I
got
know,
a
what the
chance
hell?
to
Let's
go.
go.
You can look at the cheapest date I am. You can take me to your own fucking restaurant, not crustaceans and all. You can take me to your own restaurant. I'll be happy. Date?
all right.
Okay.
But if we go to crustacean, I have to go trim my hair, not full bush, but nice.
So you want me to suck your dick because you take
No.
me to crustaceans?
No.
I can buy my own motherfucking
I don't want you to see
crustacean,
it,
right?
and I'll still take you to
I
crustacean.
don't want to see it anyway.
You don't-
I don't want to see it.
Nobody should see it.
Well, I mean, first of all, if your dick is
You know
small,
those-
all the better for me. If
You know
I
how
gotta
those
suck
carnivals
it.
they used to have, like the fat
George,
boy,
stop with the what you call it?
like the ugliest
Self-deprecation.
boy, the dude with like an arm out of his back. That dude's still out there somewhere. Nobody sees him.
I saw the biggest dick I ever saw in my entire life in Miami. The gay boys. I was doing a play, and we were on tour, and the gay boys dared me to fuck him. They were like, "Girl, you gotta fuck him for me, girl. Girl, this is back in the free fuck days, And this motherfucker was really ugly too. He was so fucking ugly. He had this gigantic ass dick. So I, made my move and all this. We was gonna fuck. I swear to God, we got naked. It was dark. I thought I had my hand on the motherfucker's knee.
So like one of these cans here.
It was like this much fucking dick still out of me. I'm like, oh no, I can't do this, Eddie. No, thank you. Fuck you, gay boys. Y'all can have it.
I don't know if it's genetic or what happens, but
Same thing happened to you, George?
everything no. But everything is about the size of the penis in guys. It is.
But see, I already love you, no matter what size your penis is.
Yeah, I know.
If I want to go get dick, I live on Crenshaw. There's dick all around me.
Yeah.
As he paused. Right. That pause.
What was your relationship? No, that's cool. What was your relationship with Prince?
None. Other than he had a big affiliation with Oakland. I'm from Oakland.
Did you ever meet him?
No. He had I've been to his concert though, back at the Oakland Coliseum.
He was amazing.
It was but I seen him when it was Vanity 6, The Time, and Prince. That was back in the.
Are you familiar with that music? Vanity 6
No.
or Prince or The Time?
What you listen to, baby?
60s, baby. Temptations.
You
Four
listen
Top.
to what's my boy? The dedication to
Art LeBeau?
Art LeBeau.
Oh, yeah. Art LeBeau.
You're an Art LeBeau fan. I love it too. I want to dedicate this to my man Sleepy. It's always and forever. I'll wait for you when you come over in 25 years.
There you go. That's it.
He's the guy that invented the shout-outs.
Yeah, Art LeBeau. Art LeBeau. I've been to an Art LeBeau show too before.
So have I.
Yeah, and it's fucking cranking.
Do you know? Have you seen Purple Rain?
The movie?
Yeah.
No.
No, the real actual
No.
rain.
No. Well, the song and the video, but no, I never saw.
Okay.
I wasn't a Prince fan. At that time, now, just wait a minute. This was
It's a great.
This was in between times.
He won an Academy Award.
Yeah, it was in between my time.
I knew Prince. Yeah.
Showing off Prince tattoo and some Prince bling we got on here.
Yeah,
the symbol? The symbol is really. I mean, what he did was brilliant about changing his name to a
Until
symbol.
he got his rights.
Until he got his rights back.
His masters. He was trying to get his masters.
So Michael Beard and I walked him to his car
Michael Beard
when
and
he did
I
my
was
talk
just with
show.
him last week.
At Russell's wedding?
Uh-huh.
When he did my talk show and Prince drove himself, which he said, George, I drove myself. I was like, Prince drove himself. We go out there. He's in a Stutz Bearcat convertible, and every rim of his car, the hub was that symbol.
I'd have chased him down the
And
street.
man, I think his fucking gas pedal was that symbol. Like, it was a trip to see him get in that car and drive off by himself.
It's crazy.
And I told Bearden, there goes Prince in a Stutz Bearcat going the wrong way. He was going the wrong way.
What you talking about, my
He
baby?
was fucking going the wrong way. He was awesome, man. Listen, that dude was a real
I still can't
fucking-
I've heard his music, I hear it, but I still have not been able to play it yet. It still hurts too bad. And then I got guilty because I'm like, okay, Michael, I ain't forgot about you neither, baby, So shout out to Michael Jackson.
Mike, oh man. Did you ever see Michael Jackson perform? Why does that
Prince is
music mean
gone.
so much to you?
Is that the one?
No, it's a Stutz Bearcat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I like the little techie. That's
He was
what he
fucking
do.
awesome though, man.
Yeah,
He was funny
I
too.
think
man.
Chappelle has his motorcycle, Purple Rain motorcycle.
Yeah. That
I
stuff
think I've
is
seen it there in
Yeah.
Yellow Springs.
yeah.
I think he's got it. There's probably more than one,
Talk about hip knee replacement. He had hip replacement surgery.
I know, wouldn't you? You see how far you used to jump out them speakers? In high heels, it's a miracle. His little hips didn't snap in half years before he had
Unbelievable.
that.
Jump off the piano and end up in the splits. So
That was just made us so excited because he was copying James Brown back in the day.
he was
Him and Michael, James Brown, Sam Cooke, all that shit.
so hip replacements occasionally. If you had it done, you'd have to go in there for a little bit of like realignment or retuning. Like there's a guy that's in a band, I don't want to say his name, had hip replacement surgery, had to have it redone, lost half an inch in his leg because of malpractice or mal thing. But Prince didn't go back to get it kind of realigned, and then it turned into chronic pain, which he took the pills for.
People want the quick fix and shit,
Yeah.
but they don't realize that if you're really gonna do, you should do. If you have reputable doctors, you should do. If you have reputable doctors, let me say that you should do as they instruct you to do for the aftercare. or you just
You have to do the aftercare.
You're trying to go get your car tuned up and just really change the oil and not do the rest of the shit.
So his vanity of himself was a cause for him not to go get retuned.
Yeah, just like in poor Donda. Look at poor Donda.
Yeah.
Went and had all that goddamn surgery, and then to try to look. And I'd be walking around. I wish I had my little belly that I have. And I was watching K. Michelle's My Killer Body last night about all these people whose butt injections and shit done gone wrong, and they're fucked up, and they're fucked up and fucked up and fucked up. All you have to do is watch that for about 3 episodes. You'll be like, oh, fuck this. I'm just going to have to deal with this. Whoever's going to have to just deal with it. Because if we didn't live in L.A., we'd never even be thinking about this shit.
Did you ever see Michael Jackson in person?
Yeah. When I was young, though. I saw Jackson 5 Michael in person.
Okay. I saw him. I testified in the trial in 2005. And I saw him in the courtroom. What makes somebody who looked the way he looked as a child end up looking the way he looked toward
like Liza Minnelli.
He looked like...
Well, he had vitiligo, right? That's that skin disease,
Yeah.
and blotchy, make your skin be blotchy. And I do remember, I have seen his hands with signs of that vitiligo and stuff like that. But then why didn't he make the white parts darker instead of making the dark parts lighter? And why did he go get them little white-ass kids?
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to talk about the weird shit about the... Listen, I love the Jacksons. I love the Jackson 5. I love the whole fucking family. You're an icon. You did it first when nobody be doing none of this, boys and men, none of this shit. If it wasn't y'all, they laid it down. After Temptations, it was a motherfucking Jackson 5. Wouldn't have been no Osmonds, none of that shit. You a royalty. I fucks with you the long way. But
if your dad tells you have a big nose, like he had a big nose as a kid,
he had acne too.
and had acne,
He had acne too.
and do you go that? I mean, I had acne. I mean, I had a big nose.
Looked like the rest of the goddamn family went to plastic surgery way too. And then why does everybody in the family look like that? Look at Joseph and look at Catherine. I mean, Catherine might have had a nip tuck her damn self, but why? What is all that about? I don't understand. And then I made friends with Jermaine for a brief time in life, and he took me to Havenhurst.
Yeah, Havenhurst, yeah.
And I went to Havenhurst, and it was really great, and it was really exciting and really, really great. But then, you hear that him and Randy done shared a motherfucking wife, and the bitch got kids with both of them. So their kids is all brothers and sisters and first cousins. That's some country goddamn shit.
That's some country shit right there. And like Jermaine and Michael had real beef, like sibling.
Yeah, because Jermaine was the lead singer before Michael little ass hopped on the scene. Everybody was screaming for Jermaine.
And Michael would say, "I love all my brothers, including Jermaine." That's what he would say. That's what he would say in public. So if you think about, let's think about back in the 60s, where your dad gets you in a car with all your brothers. He worked nights or worked during the day, and all of a sudden he's got you practicing and whipping your ass if you don't spin the right way. And then you get in the car and you start to go to these nightclubs, which they used to have, and have contests and stuff, and you start winning the contests, and you're a failed musician, and now you have these kids, and then you're taking them everywhere, and they're starting to they're fucking winning because they're amazing.
It's the King Richard syndrome.
Yeah.
King Richard did the same thing with his kid. Well, listen, here's the thing that kills me. Okay, so you got all these kids. How all of them can dance and all of them can sing? Did you beat that into all of them? And some of them was popular and some of them wasn't. Randy, the only reason anybody's saying his goddamn name right now is because he co-executive of the Janet documentary that just came out. Everybody think about Randy. What's his last hit? What was it? I'll wait.
Yeah. Jermaine had some hits.
Jermaine got hits.
He's got hits.
He got Let's Get Serious.
Why
He got Daddy's Home.
you do
And
what you do when you did what you did to me? I mean, hits. Like Michael Jackson, forget about it. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, his thing. But
no, Jermaine was the man. Jermaine got a career. Jermaine got hits.
But if you're talking about two brothers who are, one's the youngest one becomes the lead singer, and you're used to being the guy, and you're not the guy. I don't give a fuck.
Beat your little ass.
You're gonna have beef there. And, you know, as a Michael Jackson historian,
Yes.
they only, you know, that right before the night before 9/11, they had a concert at Madison Square Gardens. And that was really maybe the last time he performed.
It was all of them?
All of them. And they charged him to go. They charged his brother like $250,000, $500,000 to go. He gave his mom. And his brother's like, he paid them to go.
Well, I mean,
They performed, but they made like low figure $250,000 for showing up.
okay, but you know what? Sometimes you pay somebody just to get them off your fucking dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to get these motherfuckers this money. They don't know. I'm not fucking with them no more.
Yeah.
You know, maybe.
Yeah.
But then, you know, if you're not going to pay your brothers and sisters and they can do the job, why pay somebody
Well, I
else?
think you
I
gotta
never
pay.
understood why he didn't have the Jacksons do his background on his albums and then use
Right.
other people when they go out on the road or something, or, you know, whatever. I don't know. Because their voices been together since they was
Sure.
babies, you know, like just like being a twin or something like that. So,
Would you have bought Neverland Ranch? I think that, two things I think that happened to him. First, the one thing is, when he burned himself, when he lit his head on fire, his whole life was
light
over.
his head on fire.
When they lit his
got
head on fire.
caught on fire.
Yeah.
Pepsi commercial.
And they already had it in the can, and the director said, "Let's do it one more time." And the guy hit the switch early, which you wouldn't even put a performer in that kind of situation.
A pyro
A
and
pyro.
Jerry Curl juice.
Fucking Jerry Curl lit up, got to the bottom. He had the whole Friar Tuck thing, but I think that was the beginning of his
end.
life, of the end, because of the nerve endings in his head and
Yeah, and the pills.
the pills, and when he started doing the pills
yeah, and the accomplices.
and the accomplices.
Because you can't do nothing by yourself. R. Kelly.
But if you burn your fucking head, man, and you're just like,
You gotta take some fucking pills. It's your scalp. You know how delicate. Have you ever had a perm, George?
oh, I dyed my hair blonde, and my fucking head was on fire. The guy goes, "I'll come right back," and I was up there, and I was going,
Oh, what?
"Fucking head's on fire,
On fire.
on fire,
Sizzling.
Like
if it sizzled.
like where you're going like this." And he's like, "What's the matter?" I go, "My fucking head is." Hey man, you got to say something. I said, "Motherfucker, you got to tell me." Before you leave, say, "Hey, if your head's burning, let me know, because you know I might have put too much." But I stayed quiet. Someone in my head didn't blow like a fucking dandelion.
You're lucky you got a head of hair now.
That came back, yeah.
So how have you been enjoying doing this? Oh my God. Hi.
Oh my God. The podcast is good.
Yeah. You glad to be back in studio?
Did we do it during the pandemic? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we started
did.
the pandemic.
You stayed in here?
Yeah.
He's a rebel, that George. No.
I got Gil. Gil came in. You know, Gil was a detective with the sheriffs.
I remember that.
Yeah. And Night Stalker, you know.
He's
So we're
cute.
almost
What's your
a
name
year.
again?
I'm Grant.
Yeah, Grant. Cute, Grant.
He's trying to find, tell me he should be with a system.
I mean, I'd rather show him than tell him.
I think
Just saying.
you know Angela Davis, right? The black activist.
I wish I knew her.
My grandmother was afraid of Angela Davis from watching the news when we were in the 70s.
Is this gonna be some?
And I would
shit your
say,
grandmother
you
gonna
want me to call Angela Davis? I'll do it. I would say, Grandma, paint the garage. I'm not gonna paint the fucking garage. That's your job. Want me to call Angela Davis? Where's the rollers?
She was scared of.
She was scared of Angela Davis.
She was on the
'Cause she was militant.
FBI most wanted list. She's a fucking G. She
She's a
ended up
G.
being a professor in San Francisco
That's right.
State. She's
Angela
everything.
Davis,
I
if you're
got
out there,
Angela Davis
I would
PMs.
love for Angela Davis to be on the podcast.
I'll come in for that. I'll be your
I would
studio audience.
love to talk
I'll
to
sit
her.
right over in that corner. Y'all won't even know I'm here, except for when I'm eating,
I'll know.
like I do.
I'll look in the corner. I'll know.
Oh no, you will, Daddy. See, you the only one acting right. He the only one acting right, George. You could take it.
You can't have him on the side. As soon as he laughs, everybody look over.
So we're going on a date. You're gonna take me to your restaurant.
Explain
Yes
Paul
or no?
Mooney.
Say it again. Okay.
Explain Paul Mooney to people who have never maybe heard of Paul Mooney. I think Paul Mooney is truly one of the greatest comedians
He's
ever.
on my when you do see Phat Tuesday, you'll see me talking
He
about Paul.
was. Did you ever see Paul Mooney perform?
Yeah.
This dude was like. Everybody talks about Richard Pryor. They wrote a lot together, but Paul Mooney was very, very special as a comedian, man.
And very smart. The thing, I didn't know until I started really going into the deep dive studying him because Mark, we're all from Oakland.
Yeah.
Paul came from Oakland too. A lot of his life he lived in Oakland, died in Oakland, and
I'm going to send you his album right now. Paul Mooney's album. I want you to listen to this.
I listened. Well,
Race.
send
Have
it
you
to
listened
me.
to Race?
that's my favorite.
No, all I ever do in my car now is listen to comedy, and I listen to
I'm
Kevin
serious?
Hart.
I'm
Yes,
serious.
and Kevin Hart had a lot of Paul Mooney on there.
I'm not sure why Paul Mooney didn't win a Grammy for Race.
Well, hell, Snoop's never even won a Grammy.
Yeah.
So, fuck the Grammys when it comes to that.
Did you see the Super Bowl halftime show?
I absolutely did.
And people were talking about those guys being old, like
They say
but
that
listen,
shit is disrespectful.
How the fuck? How
People
can you
be
be a
calling
motherfucker?
LL Cool J old ass LL? Like, you
50%
find your
of the
fucking
people, it's just like
How can you
abortion.
be a legend?
50% of the people loved it, thought it was out of sight. 50% of the people complained about it.
Well, the thing is that
To see Snoop Crip walk.
that was beautiful.
That was awesome.
It was
Fantastic.
beautiful.
Snoop was awesome. on
Snoop
that
was
thing.
back. Snoop was fucking. He killed it. They all did, but
Dre, he's a presence.
amazing.
Eminem didn't fuck off.
Amazing.
Eminem, motherfucking Mary J. Blige is queen of hip
She was
hop.
good.
It was amazing.
And let's not forget the neighborhood, Kendrick Lamar.
And Kendrick Lamar. Nobody talking about Kendrick Lamar.
Shit, I just did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so Inglewood. It was so West Coast. So like they haven't even had a guy. We come from the Source Awards and shit like that. We remember shit like that in Source magazine, but they haven't had compilation like that. They're just starting to do them. Like I think like E40 and Too Short and the Bay Area, Yay area is doing a lot of compilation stuff like that, which is good.
Can we talk about jazz, black artists,
Go.
rock and roll, black artists, funk, black artists, rap,
Reggae,
black
rap.
artists,
Sly and the Family.
rap, black artists, reggae, black artists, the jazz documentary,
Country,
Ken Burns,
black artists.
country. There's a lot of music. All
Charlie
started.
Pride just left us. R.I.P.
Charlie Pride was
the GOAT.
amazing.
Who the
A
GOAT
black
remained
man
ago.
singing country? Come on.
They probably had nooses hanging in his yard every motherfucking way he went.
And he did it.
This halftime show, my kids who could give a shit less about football could not wait for the halftime show to come on.
It was
Yeah,
amazing.
a lot of people are saying it's the best one. It's the best one recently for sure because, I will not discount Prince's halftime show. I will
yes.
not
In the Rain.
discount In the Rain. I will not discount Beyonce and Bruno motherfucking Mars either.
Mars is awesome.
And, and then Michael did one too. And
Well-
Janet and Justin minus the titty.
I was at the Rose Bowl when Michael Jackson did it in '93. He was amazing. Amazing. I was at Bruno Mars and Beyonce up in that Bay Area. Yay
What
area.
bitch did you take
Yay,
to
yay.
that?
Some weather woman.
Some old bitch.
Some old fine ass
You'd have
weather
had so
woman.
much more fun with me.
I probably would have. And then, but it was very special to have it in L.A.
Yeah.
But to see those guys
not,
do it.
Not just in L.A. Like, Fluffy's about to do Dodger Stadium, God bless. But not at Dodger Stadium.
No.
And Inglewood, where they even had the audacity to build the newest, most state-of-the-art stadium ever in Inglewood.
Right.
Hopefully there'll be more jobs for people of Inglewood.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that was one of the
Oh, yeah.
stipulations of when they built it. There was they had to employ people from Inglewood like first, or at least give them a
Yeah,
chance.
that's right.
In that halftime show, in the structure that they built for the halftime show,
Yeah.
they even showed Tams. Tams.
Oh yeah,
Tams is in Compton.
well, they got a Tams on. Tams Burgers, right?
Yes,
did.
they've
Yeah,
got-
yeah, yeah, yeah,
they've
yeah,
got a
yeah,
chain of
yeah.
them.
I saw that. That
Tams
was
from
crazy.
Compton. That's where every cop
And
eats
then
down
Snoop
there.
had his mom's picture. on
Snoop
the
had his mom's
little,
picture up there, yeah.
She had just passed away.
Let's talk about Nipsey Hussle. Very close.
No,
But-
in proximity, but not in physicality. I never met Nip. I have since met his mom and his grandmother and his brother and sister. But I never met Nip. My whole,
He was a great guy.
I always wish, I wish I knew whether Tupac knew me or liked me or whether
Yep.
Nip knew me or liked me. His music, my daughter is of that age. I knew about Nip before because I do live in the rolling 60s.
Yeah.
And of course you hear, Slauson Boy and all his stuff on the street. And I had been into the marathon shop and supported. I had
That's right.
shirts and stuff. And the stuff that I have now at the house is authentic and came from the marathon shop. I paid $100 for the gold vape, toward the thing. So I supported when I didn't even know how much my support meant, But the tragedy of that, it's just like if you live through, I'm old enough to have lived through Kennedy, King, I think Malcolm, Pac, Big,
Yeah.
and you think that the assassination era is over, but guess what?
No.
Just getting started.
But those guys have created a business where it was almost like the gangsters in the 30s, where Al Capone would go with people, or John Dillinger was out there, and gangsters were out there living the mafia in New York. They didn't go by themselves. And rappers have built a business where
East
they
Coast
need
versus West
to
Coast.
protect themselves 24 hours a day.
Yeah, it's just like when you never get got until you get caught slipping. And it's like if you live someplace for 13 years and the market is right on the corner and you always go and unlock
Yeah.
the door and go to the market, then one year you just say, I'm just going to the market, I'm not going to lock my door. Now you come back, your house is cleaned out because you got caught slipping. You can never let your guard down like that when you get to a certain level like that. It's a shame that is true because you would have thought that he had enough love in the community that he served
Right.
to not be took out right in his fucking front door. But his family
And doing a
has
good deed
continued
for a
the
friend of his.
community.
For a community.
Yeah, for the guy who just got
Pop Smoke
out
put
of
something
jail.
up on Instagram, and you're not supposed to put it up where you are in the moment.
Right. No, yeah. You're supposed to
People are learning because he was at his pad. Somebody recognized where he lived, went over there,
Yeah.
and got him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't do that. I always late post all the time. I do live, but like I'll say I'm in Georgia. Well, you'll never know where the fuck we are, even if I said this city I'm in, we in the house, you know what I mean? So
Have you ever met anybody that's creepy out there, like after shows and stuff? I have.
creepy.
Or anybody that's followed you back to the hotel, or
No, I was just telling
invading
my
your
girl
space?
that yesterday. I have never. I don't know. Maybe because they know I do have a big mouth and I am a teller, or maybe because I just command motherfucking respect on mine. But never once in the history of my career have anybody ever came at me sideways or wanted to like fuck in lieu of doing something for me. That's never happened to
Right.
me.
Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't what they were looking for, and thank God for that. I already had my share.
I think so. Where do you think that Monique made her mistake in their handling her career? You ever see?
I know Monique, yes.
Do you see Precious?
Yes.
You're afraid to fucking say no because we told you all the other movies. No, I haven't seen
And I love
this
Monique.
motherfucker. Last movie he went
Funny.
to was Apollo 13. I only watched
Last movie I
a
went
movies
to
with good Americans.
was The Ten Commandments. That was the last movie I went to go see.
Jesus Christ.
But I think that there's, influence or fame can be very much of a drug that's hard to maintain people sometimes. And, for such an incredible performance and to win an Academy Award and everything after that, I personally feel, I think she's great, has been a mistake. Like every move that she's made after winning an Academy Award, I'm sure she wouldn't consider them mistakes, but if you look at somebody handling the career after winning an Academy Award, it seemed to be more of an attack career than what's my next project career. You think?
I'll have no comment on that subject right there.
Amen.
Because what I do
Well,
think
good, because
I-
it's not gonna come out in the fucking podcast.
what I do think I talked to her about directly, you know, because there's no way to win if you comment, because there's people that are going to be like, you're absolutely fucking right. Then there's going to be people like, fuck you, Monique is a legend. And you know what I think, I have already probably posted on my social media and have spoken to her about, and that is that, and that is that.
Yeah, good. But it's
I'm gonna tell you what you do need.
it's an influence.
You need snacks in your studio, George, because I smoked massive amounts of marijuana before I got here and had an edible, and I had to eat airline almonds while he plies.
That's
me
what I
with-
knew. Those were airline.
while he plies me with alcohol.
We do have some snacks back there.
What snacks?
I can go grab you some.
We're almost done anyway.
Snacks. You don't know.
You can feast when we're done.
No, go get them. Go bring them.
Okay.
Let's see what you
I'm
got.
trying to
Let's
see if
what you're
she's
working with.
trying to see if she's all right though.
But let me say this to the people who are listening or watching. George Lopez has been a very good friend to me, because in all my career, I've never had a show of my own, never been a regular on a show. I always, coming from the theater, always wanted to get that family feel, you
Right.
park in space and see everybody, and what's it like to work on the show for 7 and 8 seasons and stuff like that, or even to have worked on that on that great late night show that you had, and you to have me on your show, like 7 episodes
That's
or
right.
something like that. That was
You were
really, really
great.
awesome, and I really enjoyed kicking it with Citrix.
I think that's a show that nobody's really watched. It's kind of like my own Curb Your Enthusiasm, the Lopez
Yeah.
TV Land show. You seen that one?
Is that the? You
could say no.
No. Is that the regular George Lopez with you and
Constance?
Constance?
No, I did one for FX. That's
Okay,
I think like 24 episodes.
no, the one with Constance. I loved it. I didn't see the other one.
Everybody did.
Nobody saw the one that I did for TV Land.
Right.
And there was some, you did, I saw you and I said I was going to write you a part. I was going to put you in, and I did.
Did it.
And we had a great time doing it.
Had a great time every day. Never,
You
ever,
were
ever.
fucking great.
You were amazing to have let me do that.
So what would I make you? I made you a teacher that had,
Me and
Citric.
Citric were
you were a teacher
snuggle
in,
buddies.
but you were a teacher in, what did I make you a teacher of? Like,
English, wasn't it? Math, English,
Yeah.
history. I think, was it history? I had to do something about Tom.
and then your character was great, man.
We were smooching and shit. You had me and Citric smooching and stuff.
We did a scene where I drove him back to school, and he was all nervous because the kids were making fun of him. They were bullying him. And I said, don't worry about that. And she was helping him being bullied. And then I said, there's Mrs. Fernandez. I'm not 13. Mrs. Fernandez, I'm not 13 anymore. You know, she was older, she was young. But it was a good, it was a fun show.
Now I watch Abbott Elementary. That shit is funny as fuck.
Abbott Elementary School's good.
Ooh, that shit is funny.
What is that about? What is that show about?
It's about a school, and it's about a crazy principal and the teachers that work at this really low budget school. And I forgot her name, Shanta. Anyway, but it's a very multicultural, and the young guy who used to be on Everybody Hates Chris is on it, and it's a really good show. It's just really funny, quirky. Like you said, Curb, quirky.
Did you ever have any teachers that you would have fucked?
Yeah, I would have fucked my teacher, Mr. Baldo. He was my math teacher, and he looked like the courtship at Eddie's father. He looked like Bill Bixby with his tight pants. Bixby used to wear these little tight pants. And I really wanted to give it to Mr. Baldo. And then I did fuck one of my art teachers in a seedy hotel. Yeah, I remember his name, but I can't say it now because I don't want him to get in trouble.
I would have fucked my 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Rudorfer.
Rudorfer?
You know how rude
In
now the
4th
red
grade, yo.
She had looked like 2 fucking cherry tomatoes on the end of her tits.
Like she had big nipples or something? Are you a big nipple fan?
In 4th grade, I was. And she used to wear those bras that were like cones, and you could see through them or something.
Oh, those
see-through
cones. What was that, 1945? The fuck old are you?
Yeah.
Cones.
That was right
Open
after
this,
that. That was right before
Open
the
that for me, 'cause that don't
Germans
make
invaded
noise.
Normandy.
That don't make noise on the air.
That program that you're talking about, that Abby stuff, they just had last week They
Not
had
Abbey, motherfucker. Abbott.
Abbott Elementary.
Abbott Elementary. They had.
I don't think we should let old people fucking get names wrong because they're not going to learn if you just don't say
How
anything.
you gonna learn?
I don't say shit right.
Abbott.
Abbott Elementary. The star, the young teacher.
That scared me. I didn't know it
Okay.
had stuff at the bottom.
You're about ready to have an orgasm in your mouth right now.
Am I?
Abbott Elementary.
Have you been smoking weed?
Her teacher, she based the whole program on her teacher. You know.
Yeah.
And last week
What's
they
her
actually
name?
showed. They brought the teacher and her together, and she had no idea. And there was tears and everything together. And
On the show?
No, it was on the news separate.
Oh.
It was a news piece. And the teacher still looks good.
Does she?
Yeah.
I wonder what Mr. Baldo looks like.
I wonder what Miss Rudolpho looks like. And then the dude, Mr. Millette, was fucking her, and we didn't like him after that. because we would try to go
Abbott
in.
Elementary cast.
We would
Let
try
me
to
see.
go in after lunch, and fucking Millette would come out of there with lipstick all on his fucking collar. Yeah, this motherfucker, man.
For
And
real?
we're like, man.
What
fucking
school,
hard.
George? Name them.
San Fernando Elementary School.
They'd be getting
Room
it in.
23 and 24.
Oh, shit,
That
they was getting
motherfucking. And we hated him after that. He looked like a young, like a fucking Kenny Loggins motherfucker with hair and shit.
I was
And
back
then-
in the day.
And we go, Millette!
Your teachers were hippies.
Until we found out he was fucking our teacher, then we didn't like him anymore.
My grandson was going to school, and I saw one of the teachers at the high school he was going to, and she was hot. And I told my grandson, if you ever get some of that, if you rat, I'll kick your ass. She was hot.
I was on the line of playing baseball and not say, go talk to your teacher. And I tried to convince the teacher to let me pass. And then I said, I'll suck your dick. And he still said no.
Well, you know what?
Mr. Reza.
Dick sucking is not got the value that it used to because I'm gonna tell you something.
Dick sucking could get you some tires before.
No, right. You
Tune
could
up.
maybe get a whole car. My car broke down in like Needles or someplace driving to Vegas. Years and years and years ago, my kid was like 4. She was in the backseat. Fucking engine exploded. I had bought the fucking car from an auction anyway. You know, trying to run a little piece of shit air conditioner, drive through there, and the car blew up. And so fucking cops come. I said, well, blah, blah, you want me to call a tow truck? Yeah. Tow truck guy comes, and we had just passed the time, so I could see the time back there. So I'm like, how much is it to go take me back to town? He says, $90. I was like, $90? I don't have no fucking $90. I said, listen, when I suck your dick, though, and you know that motherfucker said no. Well, he wanted the money. But I'm telling you, the used to be get a whole
you probably
car.
had to do it 3 times. Not one suck for
You gotta find a
93.
dick that'll get hard 3 times. First of all.
But you know, it used to be a currency. Dick and pussy was some currency.
It was.
Like if like all the, you know, not all of them, but some porn you watch, and the landlord goes in there, he's like,
You're 3 months behind on your rent.
and then they be sucking,
Lady.
and you know,
Yeah, those were fun.
you know,
In that
none of
documentary,
those.
did you hear what they said about Linda Lovelace?
Yeah.
No, what'd they say? Tell me.
Were you a fan of Linda Lovelace?
Well, I was a fan of the movie.
What?
That,
Beyond Deep Throat?
Yeah.
but you know, if you look
He
at
ain't
some,
John Holmes.
I saw John Holmes eating ice cream at Farrell's with his daughter. I think, at least I thought it was his daughter. That motherfucker, I couldn't stop. That motherfucker
I saw Luenell eating ice cream at your.
motherfucker.
Well, let me
Is
just
that
keep
John
going.
Holmes? That motherfucker.
Yeah, poor Linda Lovelace. She got the bad end of the stick. They treat, but you know there was
That was a
another
big
one.
movie. That was a big.
Yeah, it was had
Deep
big
Throat was
premiere
a
and
big,
everything.
That was
big
the
movie.
big.
I remember the porn guys in San Francisco, these brothers. What was it? And they murdered each other or some shit like that. They got murdered. Mitchell Brothers. Mitchell Brothers in San Francisco. They had, a big premiere party with Linda Lovelace.
You know what? I was working at the San Francisco Punchline in the '90s, and there was a girl in the front row, and she was as beautiful as anybody I've ever seen.
Me? She looked as good as me?
As beautiful as you. And I brought her up on stage. We did a shot of tequila, and she was a stripper at Mitchell Brothers. And I was like, "Hey, I'll call you." Those motherfuckers, man. Every phone call is $1,100. No thanks.
Oh yeah, child.
But I mean, no, they were.
And then
What is that? Did they
kill
make a
each
movie
other?
about those guys?
Yeah, and I think there's a special coming on soon too. And
The
that's
Mitchell
good.
brothers were
It was scandalous. It was gangsters.
But the Hugh Hefner thing, do you think the Hugh Hefner thing is making as big a splash as it should after 7 episodes?
I get so much shit that I
Bro,
got to
there's-
catch up on. Hugh Hefner stuff,
Oh, you got it.
Borat, and the other one.
You know what?
You'll be watching TV for 3 weeks.
The Playboy thing is big because Playboy's been such a
Well,
part
where's
of our lives.
Where's Christy Hefner now? What's she
Where's
doing?
Christy Hefner? What's she doing? But there's a lot more people that should be coming out if all that.
Well, listen, that nobody. So okay, but everybody had accomplices. Remember, I was saying earlier that fucking okay. So R. Kelly shouldn't be the only one locked up. If you got grown ass men that taking little bitches to the airport and putting them on planes and stuff like this and picking them up and delivering them to motherfuckers and stuff like that, they should go down too.
Somebody had to hustle.
Everybody don't know their names and all that or whatever. Everybody ain't talking. I don't know, but all the motherfuckers should go down. And the bitches too. The girls too.
Hindsight,
The girls too,
yeah.
girls.
Just like, I'm not going to mention any name. I can't fucking remember a name.
What kind of fucking podcast is it if you can't say names?
Well, no.
You
I
don't
don't. You'll
tell
know the
nobody.
name. The guy that allegedly committed suicide in the joint, and Epstein.
Oh, Epstein.
He knew the name.
And he had the girls. He had that lady that just got convicted,
Jolene Maxwell.
running the girls up there to him.
Hey, you're gonna love this right here. give
You
it
put
to-
some of my shit up your nose.
I use 2 fingers.
Now you, goddamn, did you give me the shit or what? Now it's used.
I used the same. I used 2 fingers
Did
only
you
once,
double
so
dip
I didn't
in
double.
my-
I didn't double dip. I put on both.
Sana.
Yeah,
With your hip
I gave it to. I
hop.
gave it to the guys in Chicago. The
This stuff's
the
great.
musicians. It's great.
Guess what I fucking saw on the plane? What's the last movie you saw on the plane? What are you doing?
What's the last movie you saw in plane?
What's the last movie you saw on the plane?
Oh, God damn. Well,
This stuff will make your nose run. You
Batman.
okay?
I think Batman.
What?
What did you see?
The Many Saints of Newark.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah, I like gangster shit.
Yeah.
Like that fucking Rayleigh. What's that?
Goodfellas.
Oh my God. Goodfellas and Casino, and of course, The Godfather 1.
How come Joe Pesci wasn't in The Godfather? That was before his time.
Where's Joe Pesci? Joe Pesci, we love you over here at Oh My God
We do love you.
Higher.
He's up. I got to get him to come to the weed party.
Please, if you get me in a room with Pesci,
I think he would. I think he
I
would
think I
come
would
to the.
annoy him. He seems like he don't want me to bother him.
I think I could get him to. Listen, I got all those other people to come to the weed party. I should be able to get him.
I want to come when Pesci
He's a good
comes.
brother.
I want
All
to
right.
come when Pesci comes.
You know I love you. Thank you for coming by.
I want to thank you guys for listening to me and George and everybody. Sit up here
I think
and
it was
chat.
enjoyable. I think it was enjoyable.
It was a lot.
You shared a lot,
Where's this play at?
which I appreciate.
This will be every podcast platform, and it comes out on our YouTube channel as well.
And you're not trying to get retribution or anything for all those, for that stuff?
No, there's no retribution for black women. Hell, justice for Brianna. Who the fuck? What retribution? There's
Yeah.
no retribution.
All right.
But I will kill a motherfucker if I find him. I only
enough.
remember one.
And I'm gonna take you to go to my restaurant, okay?
Yes. Okay. You heard that 3 times, people. And you've been watching. Oh my God.
Hi.
Oh my God.